For more on this, Francis Collings is in Hamburg for us. Francis, what is the latest from Hamburg there?
Well, as you saw from that clip, there was a passionate crowd that turned out, not the largest crowd due to circumstances, but certainly a very noisy, passionate crowd that were whipped up into something of a frenzy before the Foreign Minister, Cavusoglu, turned up to speak. It's a very cold night in Hamburg, I've got to tell you. We're in the gardens of the Consulate General because, of course, this is effectively Turkish territory. The comments from the Foreign Minister were primarily along the lines of how annoyed and irritated he was, how his government was, and not being able to speak to what they see is their community in Germany, which is a substantial community, the largest Turkish community outside of Turkey. He felt that he should have been able to speak at other venues, but as we know and has been reported, other venues in and around the country that were due to be spoken to by not only himself but also his other colleagues from the Turkish government for various reasons were denied to them. So we ended up in this very pleasant, but not the largest of gardens at the Consulate General in Hamburg. And he spoke long and hard for about 45 minutes, but the heart of it was the fact that there was a democratic process, he believed, that was being interfered with by Germany.
And how will the German authorities react to the comments by Cavusoglu?
Well, there's been comments over the last few days, certainly along the lines of bear in mind, it is a unique situation. It's very rare that you have such a large diaspora, a large community for one country in another that could be pivotal come an election. I mean, a comparison we were discussing earlier was perhaps the Brexit vote last year, when you could take into account the large British diaspora living in mainland Europe. That didn't prove to be pivotal. Now, the Turkish vote in this country could. In the last general election, even though there's some 1.45 million people eligible to vote, 575,000 did. So the German reaction along the way over the last few days has been, well, it's an odd thing. We're not comfortable with electioneering from another country taking part in our country. As yet, no official statement, but the Foreign Minister is meeting his German counterpart in the morning for breakfast. And he says he's going to raise this issue strongly, and no doubt we will get some German reaction once those two have had their breakfast and had their discussion.
Thanks for that, Francis Collings, live there for us from Hamburg, Germany.